I knew about Justice Ginsburg's work as an advocate at the Women's Rights Project of the ACLU, and I knew something about her story, her life story. And I realized there was no space on the internet that was just dedicated to celebrating this amazing figure in our history. And so I figured, what better way to celebrate her than to juxtapose her with a larger than life figure in our history as well, the late great Notorious B.I.G. So I started a Tumblr and I designed a t-shirt, and this is, as you can see, this was the first Notorious R.B.G. t-shirt, and let's just say that it took off. So obviously, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is more than just a hilarious Jewish bubby who talks about getting drunk on California wine before the State of the Union address. That was the reason she gave for why she fell asleep at the State of the Union, but we also know that in fact she was up all night working before. She's a famous night owl, so she often gets about 2 hours of sleep, even to this day. And we have so much to learn from her, and we're so in debt to her. So we wanted to bring what we learned about her in writing this book to you guys and to everyone who are able to read it. First of all, her life story is absolutely fascinating. She's gone through so much. Her sister died when she was 6 years old, so she ended up being an only child after that, and her mother passed away the day before her high school graduation,
where she was scheduled to speak.
And she ended up not attending as a result. In law school, she went to Harvard Law with her husband, who was a year above her. She had a 1-year-old child when she started, and in addition to all of that, her husband actually got cancer while they were in law school.
And I think we have a photo of them together.
Yep, and she actually would type his papers for him and type his notes that were taken by his classmates after doing all of her work, after taking care of him, of her, of her child Jane. So we really couldn't, we took inspiration in her work ethic when we were doing this book. So after the Notorious R.B.G. meme took off, I actually got a chance to go to Justice Ginsburg's chambers. And for a minute, I didn't know that it was going to happen because she actually had a heart procedure done just a couple weeks before I was supposed to go there. And she never missed a day on the bench. And we went to her chambers, and I asked her how she was doing, if she had a message to send to her fans, to her followers. And what she told me was that I could tell them that she'd be back doing push-ups within a week.